You know, when I was younger, I used to think that success was defined literally by the money that was in my bank account, the person that I was married to, the kind of car that I was driving, the career that I had, what my kids were doing, the vacations I was taking, all of the things that we worthy for a masterful Pinterest account. But over time, as I've got older, I have evolved and I've learned that happiness and success really are sitting into three main buckets: my health, my fulfillment, and my joy. And so today we're going to talk about 10 micro habits of successful women. And before we even get started, I'm going to share with you a stat that may shock you. The median age for women, according to MIT, at their most successful is actually 45 years of age. Now, that doesn't totally shock me, and we'll talk about that later. But no matter where you are in the continuum of life as a woman, these micro habits could work for you. And so the first micro habit is stop listening to people who don't have what you want. I cannot underscore this enough. When you are taking advice or following the lead of people that don't have anything towards the direction of what you want in life, I have to stop and pause and ask, what is it and why are you following them? Now, if you are looking around to see what they're doing incorrectly, so how you can avoid those roadblocks, that's one thing. But following the advice and getting behind people that don't have what you want at the minimum or more is my first micro tip. I firmly believe in surrounding myself by people that want the same things out of life that I want. I firmly believe in surrounding myself around people who quite honestly have aspirations to strive to have fulfillment, to have peace, to have joy. Notice I didn't say fulfillment to have things or status or belongings. I talked about joy, peace, and happiness. And so be careful with who you're following and who your circle of inner people are, because the radiation that they're putting out, you're going to pick up on. And so I would firmly, strongly suggest that no, you don't get rid of all your people around you, but you don't take advice from people who don't have at least what you want, if not more. My second tip is clear your mind every day. Every day you should be doing some kind of brain dump at the end of the day to get all of the things that you're processing and filtering through out of your mind on paper, on a cell phone, whatever it is that you need to just get it out. Because if you don't get it out, then it's going to be floating around in your head and it's really not going to allow you to have the clarity that you need before you go to bed, the clarity that you need when you wake up. One of the things that I do is at the end of the day, I plan for the next day and I have a sticky note and I pretty much block out what my next day is going to look like. And I think about all the things that I've got to do the next day. I think of the things I didn't get done today, and I get those things out so that I'm not thinking in the middle of the night, oh, I need to do this tomorrow, or waking up in the morning like, oh, it was something I was supposed to do and I can't remember. So whatever that needs to look like, dump out your thoughts every day. The next tip is plan your day the way that you budget, if you're budgeting correctly. So let me actually clarify. Plan your day like zero-based budgeting. And so what that means is you have a fixed amount of time, just like in a budget, you have a fixed amount of money. And if you need advice on how to manage your money or what that needs to look like, I'll insert a video on how not to be broke. But specifically with your time, each and every hour of the day should have a purpose. You may not have anything to do in that time. So say between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock at night, you don't have any place you need to be, but that time should be for relaxing. That time should be to flex, to read, to do laundry. Like, go ahead and map out, what am I going to do each hour of the day, which this is essentially called time blocking. But taking that ownership, even if it doesn't always work out, means that you seize and control your day from the very beginning. Women who are successful definitely have ownership over their calendar and their planners, and time blocking is an essential, critical element if you want to control your day. The next tip is find something to look forward to every week. Now, I didn't say find something grandiose to look forward to every week, though you may have weeks like that. I'm going out of town this weekend with my husband, and that's something I'm looking forward to. That is more on the extreme of an activity, an event. But find something that you can do. Like, I think I've mentioned this before, but y'all, on Saturdays after I work out and I do the things I need to do, I go off by myself to Trader Joe's usually and Target, and it's the same kind of routine most of the week. But when I tell you I look forward to that alone time, there is a excellent chance I'm gonna wander around Target or Ulta, find something small that I'm gonna buy, and it's just that time alone. But it's just something to look forward to. I know I'm gonna have that quiet time, that alone time. I know I'm gonna buy something for myself. And so find something to look forward to, whether it is going to church, whether it is going to the park and reading a book, whether it's shopping. You don't need to go broke also to have something to look forward to, but find something. Maybe it's going to have a coffee at your favorite restaurant. Maybe it is going out to dinner. Whatever it is, it has to be special and unique to you. One other thing that I really like to do is on Sunday, I do my skincare regimen on Sunday nights, and I always look forward to doing that to start the week. So find something that you like that you can look forward to that is building up as the week closes. This next one is easier said than done, but this premise is pretty good, and I heard this someplace else, so I can't take complete credit for it. Smell good, look good, feel good. So if you can do 2 of those 3 things most of the time, you are in a good place. So if you are like in between hair appointments and you know you're not looking your best, girl, smell as good as possible. Lather on that perfume, that lotion, that cream, that body oil, whatever it is that you just have to be smelling heavenly. If you can't look at 100%. If you are looking good and smelling good, but maybe you're just not feeling your best, I guarantee you, if you do those 2 things, you will feel better than if you just look bummy, smell crummy, and then on top of that, you don't feel good. So find a way to try to do all 3, but at least do 2 of the 3. And it's really simple to smell good. There's so many fragrances and perfumes, and you can have a tropical floral day, you can have a vanilla day, whatever, it's up to you. But the point is that is something that you can do to kind of lift your spirits and lift up, and it just raises your self-esteem when you look good and you smell good, and it often helps you feel good. Next one is do not overcommit. Like this one I have totally embraced over the last 2 years. Like, do not overcommit. I am not committing to things I do not want to do. I will commit to things sometimes I don't want to do because I have an allegiance or I have a loyalty to someone and I'm willing to help them out. But if I'm going to overextend myself and burn myself out, you can forget it. At this point in my life, I just feel like I've earned the right, quite honestly, to say these are the things that I want to do and not want to do. And a piece of advice, even if you're not my age, is learn that habit early. Like, learn to say no to what you don't want to do. Don't commit to things that make you feel uncomfortable. Don't commit to things that are outside of your wheelhouse of expertise and you are overextending yourself outside of the time you've committed to show up prepared when it's not even your thing. And certainly do not commit to other people's shortcomings. So yes, you can jump in a pinch and help people when they need to. We all do that. Successful women know how to roll up their sleeves and get in there and get dirty. But what successful women don't do is they don't allow their time to be monopolized by things that really don't fulfill them. And when you overcommit to things, especially that you're not interested in, that's likely to happen. Next one is do not apologize for being strong and ambitious. Successful women understand where they are strong and they understand where they are weak, but you never apologize for being ambitious. What you don't do with ambition, though, is you don't treat people incorrectly and you don't hurt people. That's not what successful women do. And if your ambition has you burning bridges and treating people like crap, then you're really not ambitious. There's a deeper core issue that you need to address that I can't help you with in this video today. But my point is that you are here for a purpose. You have a set of skills. You have a set of talents. Do not apologize to anybody for the things that God has put in you to manifest in the way that they are developing. But be aligned with who you are and your core character in order to make sure that those gifts that you've been given manifest themselves in ways that they should. But do not apologize for having ambition. You never do that, ever. But on the flip side of being strong, being soft doesn't make you being weak. I am probably one of the most independent women that you will ever meet. I am able to do all kinds of things. We all have a story. And so I can do most things and I don't really need people to do a lot. But there are moments where I don't want to figure things out, where I do want to be soft, where I do want to sit back and let someone else take care of that. And I have to be honest with you. I am blessed with an amazing husband that understands me and allows me to do that in the appropriate setting. I don't do it often, and he knows if I do, then if I'm like, look, I don't want to deal with this, you need to, then he knows it's like for real. But he's also very keenly aware of when I'm not going to ask for help, how to give it to me without making me have to go and ask for it. Now, if you don't have that support system in your life, then you can still be soft. One of the things, and especially women of color, is there is this stigma that we have to be strong. We have to always have it together. And yes, there are times where being weak is not appropriate. Like, it's the truth. And like, that also doesn't get talked about enough. But there are times where you do not have to carry the load of everybody. I am the oldest daughter, oldest grandchild. So I already know what time it is, but I have learned. And I have to say, my husband has helped me over the years understand that sit down, relax. Like, you have the capability of letting someone else carry the load too. The next one is something that is so ingrained in me, but I can't emphasize this enough. Move your body and try to eat clean. Move your body and try to eat clean. Move your body. Like, this is the one that of all of the micro habits of successful women, I think gets put on the back burner the most, because it forces you to have to put yourself first in a way that could be uncomfortable. When I say move your body, I'm not saying go outside and run a 5K. What I am saying, though, is to make an investment into your health, because this is the thing. And I think, I don't know how else to say this. If your health is not where it needs to be, nothing else on the list matters. You can't be the wife you want to be. You can't be the mom you want to be. You can't be the girlfriend you want to be. You can't be the daughter you want to be. You cannot be who God called you to be when you are not healthy and you are contributing to your own lack of health. Like, things happen and people get sick all the time, and that is a season of affliction. Sometimes it just happens to people. But most women are not in a healthy place, not because they're afflicted. They're in an unhealthy place because they have unhealthy habits. And so I always think to myself, like, Lord, today I can move my own body. Today I can brush my own teeth. Today, like, I get to get on the treadmill. I get to lift these weights. And it really motivates me, because I understand there are so many people who cannot control their health. Like, how dare I have the capability of moving my body and I just choose not to? And so I think I mentioned this in the last video. I got sick about 2 weeks ago. I had a cold. And of course I couldn't exercise, but I was sitting there thinking, like, just how fast in like a course of 2 days I'm running, like 3 days later I'm on the couch, like, just incapacitated. And I'm like, look how fast things can move, how fast they can happen. So when you have the ability to put clean things in your body and move your body, do it. Like, make this like the top of the list as far as priorities go, because this is the one that fundamentally you won't be able to do the other ones without doing this one correctly. This one is be grateful. And I know that one is very cliche, but being grateful means that you truly are grateful for the little things. Now, I just mentioned about being able to move my body and how I find gratitude in that every day, but being grateful for all things big and small. And when I say that, y'all, like, gratitude can shift your whole perspective in life. Like, and gratitude can make you go from looking and feeling like a victim to feeling like a victor when you recognize all that you have to be grateful for. Gratitude can shift the whole trajectory of your day. Gratitude can shift the whole trajectory of your relationships. Like, approaching things from a standpoint of gratitude versus obligation, approaching things from a standpoint of reciprocating gratitude, like giving back to other people. Like, gratitude isn't just about what I'm getting. Gratitude is about your ability to give. Like, that shifts the mindset of everything. And I think I naturally have that because I work in education, but it spills over to all parts of life. And so having a grateful heart attracts gratitude as well. So really just think about successful, happy women. Notice I said successful, happy women, because you can be successful and not happy. Like, there are plenty of women like that. But successful, happy women have a spirit of gratitude. And my last tip, which I think might be my favorite, splurge on something you like and let it be your thing. Like for me, I splurge usually on healthcare and travel. My husband has a model that says it only takes a little bit more to go first class. And so if I can go first class, if I can have a luxury experience, I'm going to do it. I don't always have to, but if I can, I will. I'm willing to splurge there. When it comes to my health and my fitness, I spend money on my Peloton tread, my bike, my workout gear, because that's my thing I'm splurging on. I also splurge on New Orleans Saints season tickets, but that's a whole nother video for women that like football, but I'm going to splurge on that. I am. So find something that you can splurge on and you will not be having guilt associated with it, because the other thing is people will splurge on things, but then they feel guilty on it. Now, you have to be fiscally responsible in your splurging. Like, I'm not saying go out and spend money that you don't have, but man, when you can have something like, I'm splurging on this, it's understood, this is where these dollars are going, after I've taken care of the things I'm supposed to. Like, I need you to think about like successful women. Successful women live within their means, but successful women also find the things that they bring them joy and happiness, and they channel their energy and their funds towards those things. And splurging could also be giving to other people. So find what works for you. So those are my 10 micro habits for being successful. There's things that have certainly worked for me. I can't sit here and tell you that these micro habits evolved like that one day. They have evolved over time. I'm at the median age, I think, for success. And so over time, I've collected these things, and I'm in a genuine, happy, fulfilled place in my life right now. Like, I really am. And I just want to make sure that we don't not take the opportunity to have fulfillment and to be aligned in our purposes and our gifts. Because when you have this glow about you. And I feel like I'm in that season right now. And I may not always be in that season, because things can happen and life happens. But for right now, I just want to share that with you all. And I will see you all in the next video.